There are fantasies that are considered typical and atypical. Well, in 2005, there was a study done in Quebec trying to decide like how atypical are these fantasies actually? Like, should we really be describing them as atypical or are they quite common? And so what they did was they recruited people in the province of Quebec. And they did so by using social media, by doing radio interviews, by actually giving presentations at a variety of locations like sports clubs and meeting places, as well as through word of mouth. And they tried to recruit all adult individuals. They recruited about 799 women and 717 men around the average age of 30, ranging from anywhere from 18 years of age to 77. Now, it skewed a little bit to more younger individuals. So it was only about 10% of the whole group was over 55. And they used a questionnaire that's validated to measure fantasy, but they added questions about a variety of things. And they also included paraphilias. Now, what are paraphilias? Paraphilias are essentially when you have sexual urges about objects, activities, or even situations that are intense, recurrent, and may be considered atypical. These can include things like exhibitionism, displaying your genitals for the public, voyeurism, watching individuals have intercourse or have sexual activities, frotteurism, rubbing one's genitals on another person or something, oftentimes without their consent, masochism, deriving pain from pleasure or humiliation, and sadism is actually deriving pleasure from your own pain or humiliation. And fetishism, so being turned on by things or body parts that are not necessarily considered sexual in nature. So in addition to including some of these paraphilias, they also looked at Google at the time, and they looked at the top 100 searches and keywords that were searched in relation to fantasy. And they also looked at pornography sites and looked at the most common themes in those pornography sites to include them in the questionnaire. So I thought this was really well done because it wasn't just using a validated questionnaire that was made many years ago. It was actually incorporating more contemporary sorts of fantasies. And as you can imagine, fantasies have changed over the period of many, many years. They then, for each of these items, they had to measure intensity from a scale of 0, meaning no desire at all for this, to 7 being a very strong or very intense desire for this. And then they looked at the types of fantasies people put down, and they scored them based on intensity, as well as the percentage of people who identified as having this fantasy. And they described ones that were typical as those that were shared by 84.1% of participants or more.